Morning, fellas. It's December 20th, Saturday, going on 8:30. We're about 62 in here. Does that Dale say the same thing? Yeah. And it's an overcast day in Vegas. Definitely not a John Kerry day. I haven't made a video in a couple of weeks. I was hoping to hear back from Wilwood. I wrote them a letter on November 30th with some pictures, sent it next day air, asking some questions about the braking system, and haven't heard back from them. In the meantime, I contacted Bear Brakes, and I heard back from them within 24 hours. I don't know, maybe it's because of the holidays, I have no idea. Last Monday I emailed Wilwood and still haven't heard back from him. So if I have to buy a whole new braking system, I will. I just want some questions answered and some customer service and some technical support. And so far I haven't got it from Wilwood. Maybe it's because of the holidays. Maybe it's not. I don't know. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take the panhard bar off. We're going to take the rear brakes off, take the axles out, and get ready, because if we're going to do the emergency brakes, they'll go in here, inside that hat, and we need to disassemble all that anyway for them to sit there and assemble it. We're going to take the hood off, put it on the car, on the roof, so I can work and take the hinges off so I can get in here and work at the master cylinder. We'll leave the front brakes alone for now. But that's where I stand. So that's the Christmas tree box, and that's my son's gear riding bag. It's they ride more in the winter than they do in the summertime here. It's a little cooler, and he's been out riding. So that's the plan for today. I'll close this garage door up, and I'll get this up to about 80 degrees in here, to where I can lay on the floor and not get a chill, and take care of let's get this back end stripped. Also, when I turn the camera back on, I'll show you, but I want to move the rear end up one more notch. I have 3 adjustment holes and I want to put it up one, so we'll get it set up to do that too. So when I get more, I'll turn this back on. As always, thanks for watching, guys. When I have more, I'll turn it back on later. Alright, fellas, I got left side and right side off of the rear brakes, and yeah, the heater's going. And let's see, turn the light up here. You guys can see how the back is held. I gotta measure that flange there. Put this down. I gotta measure this flange here and see what style rear end this is. And so we'll take the brackets off on both sides. I'll drop the panhard bar, which is right here. And we'll get ready to sit there and lower this rear end one more notch. As you can see, hold it. Okay, can you see it? There's one here. There's the middle one, and then there's the upper one. We're going to put it on the upper one. So when I get more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, as you can see, I got the axles out. Oh, let me turn this radio off. The axles are there. Hold down plates. And so next I'm going to do is release the sway bar back here and disconnect the panhard bar here, and then support the body here with jack stands. and then take the jack stands out from underneath the rear end so we can drop it and put it in the next bolt up. But I had to take the brakes apart, so because the drum, the emergency brake, is a brake shoe setup that fits in here on the proper hat, and I gotta find the right hat. It means I'll have to be able to safety wire again. But I'm gonna look. Now there's a part number. I'm gonna look and see what part number it is and see what I have to do to find those. Again, on what was it? On November 30th, I wrote Wilwood a letter. Last Monday, I emailed them, and I still haven't anything back from them. And I spent too much on this car right now to play games with one manufacturer who won't give me any tech support. I'll just sell all this stuff on eBay, and I'll put bare brakes on this thing. I have no preference. I need tech support. And if I'm not going to get tech support from Wilwood, I'll get it from Bare Brakes. They've already emailed me back with my questions and gave me a whole bunch of information and their part numbers. But since I got Wilwood, and we'll give them another shot, and after the holidays, and see what they come up with. But if they're not going to support their product, then by God, it has no business being on this car. So we got the sway bar links to drop, and we got the panhard bar to drop, and then we got to figure out resupporting this car in the back, and we'll get the rear end dropped. Then I got to measure that flange and see which one make sure which one I got, and then start looking for kits. So, as always, thanks for watching. When I have more, I'll turn this back on. Later, guys. Hey, fellas. Let me get this radio. One more. Sorry about that. Okay. Jack stands are out from underneath the differential housing. I had to bring the dollies down. You like my old Walker Continental floor jack? That's the only way I get this thing up high enough. My dad sent that out to me from Illinois, believe it or not. So, we're going to finish taking the panhard bar out, disconnect the shocks, we'll disconnect the sway bar links, then disconnect the shocks, then lower the rear end down and put it up one notch, and then start putting everything all back together. I was in doing some research on these. That's Wilwood's Pro Street hat, and these are their performance rotors. Question is, can I get the parking brake hat to fit these rotors? And then all this mounting hardware has to change. And if I have to buy their whole kit, since they were so helpful, I'll just as soon go to Bare Brakes and buy their kit. I'd rather spend money on people who are going to give me information rather than making me search their website for countless hours trying to figure out what their product is when I tried to contact them not once but twice. So, but we'll see. But we're back to dropping this rear end back down and readjusting it. So when I get more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, okay. I decided since I was this far, I might as well take the shocks off and go ahead and we'll clean them back up too, and get them back up and cleaned. Might have to check, see if I got them adjusted equally, and if not, then we'll just put them in the vise and adjust them up. I'm going to clean the panhard bar, and just the jack's holding the rear end up. I haven't disconnected the sway bar links yet, but that'll be next. And then I think I'm going to clean down the rear end, get that all clean. Again, we will see on Monday as far as Wilwood and what they're going to do, because this bracket will no longer work for if I'm going to put emergency brakes. That hat would no longer work if I'm going to do emergency brakes. So all I need to do is get their hat, get the brake kit that's inside, and get the proper brackets, and hopefully that caliper will work. If they say no, you'll have to buy a whole new system, I'm buying Bear brakes. Bear was just lickety split right there at customer service, and I'm sorry, it's at times money is the question, but to me customer service is more than price. And if I get somebody with good customer service and it's going to cost me a few bucks more, I'd rather pay the few bucks more and get the customer service than not get the customer service. I mean, Wilwood I'm not knocking their product or anything else. All I'm doing is knocking their tech support and their customer service. When you write a letter on November 30th and you send it next day air, and they got it because I got the signature back from them, and here it is December 20th and haven't had anything from them whatsoever. It's like I never even wrote the letter. Then to top it off, last Monday I emailed their tech support with a letter, the same letter and the same pictures I took of this brakes with the same question I had, and as of Saturday the 20th, haven't heard anything. So like I said, if it comes down to where they were not going to sell me the parts I need to get this into an emergency brake, and they're telling me I'm going to have to buy their whole kit, screw them. I'm going to Bear. They just burnt themselves out of a customer because of the tech support. Again, I'm not knocking their product. I haven't used their product, and I haven't done anything with their product. I'm knocking their tech support and their customer service. They need to go back to school and learn what customer service is all about. So I'm done for the day. I'm going to spend tomorrow cleaning up. I'm going to clean the rear end up and everything else, and then we're going to put it back together, drop it down to one notch, and let's see if we could see that. Hold on. Let me get the drop light here. See the 3 notches? I had it set up here in the middle one. We're going to put it on this one, raise the car up a little bit. So, sorry about the camera, guys. Trying to do 2 things at the same time. So, and then we'll reassemble it and everything else, and then we'll wait until Monday and talk to Wilwood and probably Bear, and see which way I'm going to go. So, that's all for today. As always, thanks for watching. When I have more, I'll turn this back on. Later, guys.